So we're going to tell you guys a little bit of the differences from this one to this one. Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. We are actually going to do, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail and the title, we're going to do a dirt jump fork comparison. And the reason we're going to do this is because there are two forks that I think most people idolize or want the most when they're talking about dirt jump forks. And so we're going to compare them. I'm just going to give you my opinion, tell you what I think about them. It doesn't mean that, you know, this is the one you should go for, that's the one you should go for. It just gives you a little bit of information about, hey, here's a little bit of differences from this fork to that fork, and give you a little bit of feedback on what I've experienced with them and help you decide which fork might be better for you. The two forks we're going to do, RockShox Pike DJ. This is a brand new one. We're going to be building up a bike, so I thought this would be a good time to do that one. I have this on one of the dirt jumpers currently, and the one we're going to compare this to, the Fox 36 831. I think this is most people's dream fork right here. It was mine as well. So we're going to tell you guys a little bit of the differences from this one to this one, and which one I choose to ride and why. So Fox 36 831, RockShox Pike DJ. Let's get it. Okay, let's get started with this one right here. The Fox 36 831 dirt jump fork. Just a quick little overview of it. The Kashima, I don't even know if that's pronounced right, coating. This fork boasts the 36 millimeter stations right here, so it's a pretty thick, pretty stout station. Down here, one of the things that I actually didn't really like is that this fork runs a 5-bolt pinch system, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one right here. And this isn't so much a pinch system as it is just a threaded, obviously, like anything else. It threads it right here. So it does make it a little bit more difficult, or takes a little more effort. If you're going to take the front wheel off and you want to load it in a car or something like that, you do need an Allen wrench to do that with. So there's that aspect of it right there. The 831, obviously it is an air fork, so you do have the air. The air pressure measurements are a little bit different. They're a little bit lower compressions as far as weight, the rider weight to how much air you're going to put into it. It does have the compression adjustments here, softer, stiffer, and it actually is a double system. So there's a low speed compression and a high speed compression. So it's super tunable as far as that aspect goes. For me personally, I didn't really have a benefit by having the two different compressions. I think this is beneficial when you're talking about low compression, high compression, or when you're trail riding and stuff like that. But since I only dirt jump, I didn't really utilize this one much. Really just this one right here, as far as locking it out and whatnot. And you can tell that mine's pretty much locked out, and it's still a pretty plush, soft feel for me. But it is really super tunable, very tunable as far as the multi-compression levels on that part right there. On the underside here, you also have your rebound naturally. Any high-end fork that doesn't have a rebound, I don't even know that exists actually. I think it's a dual rebound adjustment as well here and here. The dual rebound, again, I don't know if it benefited me or not, honestly. Maybe if you're a pro level rider and you really need to micro tune all of this stuff, it might have a benefit. But for me, I just set the rebound and I just let it be what it is. So so again, it is very tunable with the 4 tuning system. I'm just putting that cap back on there real quick before I forget. I will say one of the nice features about this is if you look right here, you kind of see that that's a little bolt that's got dirt in it because I crash a lot. This little collar right here actually will come out, and you can put in a different collar, and this 20 millimeter through axle can then be switched to a 15 millimeter through axle, which came with this fork. So you do have the option of running a 20 millimeter or a 15mm through axle. Both come with the fork, just by changing that little collar piece right there. So I will say that that was one awesome feature for this fork, is to have the ability to switch this with your wheels. Is a nice thing to have, because you know, you find a good wheel set, but then it's a different size hub, and now you're kind of in a pickle. Well, with this fork, it allows you to go ahead and just buy that wheel set and switch it up. You just change that collar, change that axle, and you're set to go. So that is a nice feature to have as far as that part goes. I think Fox really is the only one that has that feature that I'm aware of, but that's a bonus. That's huge. The RockShox Pike DJ. Well, let's just get right into it. Right out of the gate, a big difference is this is a 15mm through axle. Unlike the Fox 36, you cannot change that. It is what it is. So you have to run a 15mm through hub. The first thing that I automatically like is the Maxell quick release system here. Basically, no bolts. You just unthread this, comes out, thread it back in, just like that, and it's set to go. And one of the other nice features actually on this Maxell here is this little spring right there. You can push that in and adjust where that lever is actually going to finalize itself as far as when you thread it in here. You can see now that it's going downward, so you can adjust that piece right there so that your lever is actually going upwards rather than stuck in a down position. And that was pretty cool. Pretty quick, easy, no tools system right there. I like this process better. Just the quick lever, unscrew it, take my wheel off, throw it in the car, and it's done. No having to use Allen wrenches and all that type of stuff, loosen bolts, tighten bolts, so forth and so on. So that was that's the thing that I really like about this fork so far. Okay, so up on top, same thing. It's an air fork, but this one's actually a higher pressure air fork. The maximum on this I think is 250, where the max on the Fox I think is 140 or 150. I could be wrong, but it's significantly less than what this one is. But it is an air fork, and it is a compression system as well. Obviously, if you look at it, basically it's a one compression system, whereas the Fox has the low speed, high speed. This is just one. The one thing that I do like about this compression system is that basically when you're here, it's for the most part fully locked out, which is nice, like when I go ride skate parks and stuff like that. Nice to be able to lock this fork out. Some people don't care. Me personally, I do care. When I'm riding dirt or anything like that, I just go one click off, and there's plenty of compression through here for me as far as that part goes. Okay, and underneath there's your rebound adjustment. One difference is that this is not a thread off cap or anything like that. You can kind of hear it clicking. It's basically the Allen wrench that you see right there. Singular rebound adjustment system as well, so you don't have the dual rebound setup there. So not quite as fine-tunable as the Fox is, but for me, I don't really need all that extra tuning. Somebody else might prefer that, but this works just fine for me. So just a regular rebound adjustment system as far as that part goes on the RockShox, the Pike DJ. Okay. Again, so this one boasts a 35mm station system right here, so it's 1mm less than what the Fox is. Still plenty strong enough to take anything that you're going to throw at it. So also it has the tapered head or steer tube. Same thing, hasn't even been cut yet because I just got these forks. But yeah, 35mm, more than enough to handle anything that you're going to do on this thing. It does have the little bolt. I lost this on the other fork, but it does have this if you were ever going to run front brakes. The mounts are right there. The Fox had the same thing, but so 35mm here, 1mm less than the other one. Still plenty stout, plenty strong enough to do anything that you're going to do with it. Okay, so that's kind of a quick overview of the Fox 36 831 factory fork and the RockShox Pike DJ fork. I've been running the 36 for quite a while. Actually, this was the first fork that I got for building the bikes that I currently have. I since have run one of these on a different dirt jumper, and I bought a second one because I actually like this fork more. So between this one and this one, for me, I choose this one just because for my type of riding it works best. It's a stiffer feel, it locks out better for me, more simple adjustments and all that stuff. I'm going to set this down for a second. I like the simplicity of this. I always am a different vehicle between what my wife drives and what I drive. So being able to switch this out is a quick and easy system. The micro tunability on the, I don't even know if that's a real word, tunability, but on the Fox 36 is probably great for some people. For me, I just need simplicity. Simple setup there, simple setup there. One of the things that I've heard with this fork is that the charging dampener blows on it, and people have had issues with that. I haven't run into that issue, so this isn't something that I'm real worried about at this point. So for me, RockShox Pike DJ, that's the way that I go. Now, that being said, you can't go wrong with the Fox 36 8-1. I mean, there's just no way. I think it's just rider's choice. This is my preference. This might be somebody else's preference. I have friends that ride on these. They love them. They use it for everything. I have friends that ride on these. They love it and they use it for everything. So really, Pike DJ versus Fox 36 8-1. You win no matter which way you go, honestly. It's just, do you prefer a little bit stiffer fork that can lock out better? Do you prefer a little bit plushier, softer feeling fork? So really, it's dealer's choice, rider's choice. Both are great for their own purpose. You can't go wrong with either one. This was just a quick little, here's the difference from this for me and this for me. Both are high-end forks. It's nice to get a little bit of feedback, I'm sure, for each one if you're deciding between this one or this one. I say if you know somebody that has this, jump on their bike and feel it out. If you know somebody that has this, jump on their bike and feel it out. Give them both an honest test run and decide for yourself which is going to work for you. For me, it's the Pike DJ. For somebody else, it's going to be the Fox 36. Both are winners, really, in their respective categories. So that's the RockShox Pike DJ versus the Fox 36. Really, you can't lose. You just can't lose when you pick up either one of these forks. So get on one, try them out, find out which works for you. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Here we go.